terrorism and violent extremism is a real and serious threat to us all. As frontline workers, you need to know that terrorism, violent extremism, and some forms of other criminality may present you with unexpected and potentially life-threatening hazards.
Well, as a frontline worker, you're going to have a lot of contact with the community, and you may see things that just don't sit comfortably with you. There's a community safety element to this, and there's a personal safety element to this, because things which might seem innocent enough might have a more sinister aspect to them. Whilst you are in or around those premises, you may be in danger. By reporting those issues to the police, we can make an assessment and decide what action, if any, we will take.
The police and security services have to monitor a great many networks and individuals actively engaged in plotting or facilitating terrorist and violent extremist acts here and overseas. There will be many more we don't know about. Terrorists, violent extremists, and those who support them are criminals who actively aim to damage community relations, undermine the values we all share, and create community divisions. The current threat emanates from a number of sources. International terrorism, for example, Al-Qaeda, and those inspired by similar international terrorist groups. Domestic extremism, which includes right-wing extremists who dislike people because they are viewed as being different. Animal rights extremists, environmental extremists, and a number of single-issue groups and individuals who are prepared to use violence to further their cause. So, what does a terrorist or violent extremist look like? Well, they may come from a wide range of backgrounds, and we cannot make assumptions based upon age, ethnicity, education, religion, or social standing. The age may be wide-ranging, from teenager to middle age. Frontline workers and communities are key to identifying those involved.
You may not think it, but you have a vital role in the fight against terrorism. What we're asking is, if you see something suspicious, you make that call, we'll make the assessment. We'll all be safer because of that.
Peroxide-based explosives still appear to be the current homemade explosive of choice. However, increasing sensitivity and alertness of retailers may well push the terrorist to consider different homemade explosive recipes. Large quantities of apparently innocent everyday household products may raise suspicions. Terrorists are becoming more innovative and creative and look toward everyday items to use as detonators and bombs. The threat is not restricted to London. An attack could be planned or occur in any town or city where attackers judge that they may succeed, particularly if they're influenced by local knowledge. Your awareness is vital.
Our housing repairs, have you reported a broken window? No, get out!
As a frontline worker, you may see, hear, or smell something that strikes you as odd. If so, report your concerns. It may stop an attack. If you enter any premises and see chemicals, fluids, or equipment that you believe may be the result of terrorist or criminal activity, including methamphetamine production, stop, leave, without exploring further, and call the police using the 999 system. Trust your instincts. Methamphetamine production is in itself extremely dangerous. What else should you be aware of? Attack planning. Terrorists often carry out hostile reconnaissance. They visit the proposed place of attack as part of the planning process. Suspicious activity. It may include unusual use of garages or sheds to store goods and equipment. There may be unusual comings and goings at any premises. Acquisition of equipment, chemicals, or protective clothing. The purchase of equipment, chemicals, or protective clothing may be for terrorist or violent extremist purposes. Communication. Internet sites, extremist publications, and leaflets.
Have you got the stuff? Yeah.
Raising or providing finance. Low-level fraud and other criminal activity are often used to fund terrorism and violent extremism. Fraudulent identification documentation. Terrorists and violent extremists use multiple or fraudulent passports, driving licenses, and other types of documents that may be used for identity purposes. Encouragement, recruitment, and training. Changes in attitude or personality. Distancing from friends and family.
But community don't know who's that man is living here.
No one ever saw him at all.
The person never directly associated with the community himself, so I've never seen him in the local mosque.
Team bonding. You may come across individuals who are vague about missing family members. Health problems. You may witness other people suffering from unusual symptoms like skin rashes or burns, difficulty in breathing, tiredness or hair loss. If you suspect it, report it. Trust your instincts.
Information is the lifeblood of the police service. By reporting your suspicions, you can help save lives. It is without doubt that information from members of the public has helped to prevent terrorism and violent extremist attacks.
Good afternoon, Durham Constabulary. How can I help?
If you think there is something suspicious, report it. That information will be treated in the strictest of confidence. We will look at it, analyse it, decide whether to use it or not. It may be nothing, it may be something, but that information might be the vital piece of the jigsaw to help us in the fight against terrorism.
I'm not sure whether I should have called you or not. In the kitchen, there's a table in the kitchen, it's got a small stove on. It seems to be cooking some sort of paste. Also next to it, there's boxes of screws and nails. And I say, I'm not sure about the lad, he looked a little bit suspicious, so I thought I'd better give you a call.
Okay, have you just witnessed this, yes?
If you suspect it, report it. Trust your instincts. In an emergency, if you think that there is an immediate threat, leave the scene and call 999. Or, if it's something suspicious, call the confidential anti-terrorist hotline on 0800 789 321. That's 0800 789 321. Or call your local police. Report it through your normal reporting mechanisms or to your line manager. If you suspect it, report it. Trust your instincts.